In this lecture, we will discuss how to write resonating structures by looking the patterns. First pattern we will discuss, that is a lone pair adjacent to double bond. For example, if I have this molecule, so we have a lone pair that is adjacent to double bond. So here we have a double bond, and this atom contains a lone pair. Not necessarily we can have carbon, we can have nitrogen, or we can also have oxygen. So this again we have a bond pair, that is double bond, and we have a lone pair. Similarly, we can have a case of oxygen. So this time again we have a double bond, that is a bond pair, double bond pair, and I have a lone pair. In all cases, writing resonating structure is easy. So first we have to look for this pattern, that is a double bond, and then we have a atom that contains a lone pair. So if I find this kind of pattern, it is easy to write resonating structure. What we have to do, we have to convert this lone pair into bond pair. And once I convert this lone pair into bond pair, now this carbon will have 5 bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one bond that is formed. So this carbon will have 5 bonds. Carbon cannot have a 5 bond. So at the same point I have to break one bond. That is, I have to convert a bond pair into lone pair. So if I translate this arrow, we will have now this carbon will have -1 formal charge. Similarly, this one also have -1 formal charge. So these two structures are resonating structures. You see first arrow, so let us say first arrow, this one, call this arrow is first arrow, and this arrow is second arrow. So basically first arrow converts a lone pair into bond pair. So this converts a lone pair into bond pair. Now if you see the second arrow, this converts a bond pair into lone pair. So whenever we have this kind of pattern, that is double bond adjacent to lone pair, we have to follow these two arrows. First arrow lone pair to bond pair, the second arrow bond pair to lone pair. Let us do some exercise. If I have same this case, we can write resonating structure. This pattern is a lone pair adjacent to double bond. So this goes here, this bond goes here. So we will have this as the resonating structure. Similarly, if I have this molecule, pattern is a lone pair adjacent to double bond. So this lone pair goes here and this double bond goes here. So we will have this. We can also calculate the formal charge. If you see initially this carbon contains 2 hydrogen. So here also we have 2 hydrogen. Now this carbon has one lone pair and 3 bonds, so this will have a -1 formal charge. This carbon oxygen will have 2 3 4 5, so it has 5 electrons only, so it will have a +1 formal charge. If you see total charge on this resonating structure, that is 0, +1 -1, that is 0, so net charge is 0. In this molecule also net charge is 0. So we can say in resonating structures total charge remains same. Total charge remains same. We can also have some more example. Let us say if I have this. Pattern is a double bond adjacent to lone pair. So this goes here, this goes here. So first arrow converts lone pair into bond pair, and the second arrow converts a bond pair into lone pair. This oxygen will have +1 formal charge and this oxygen will have -1 formal charge. We can also have this molecule, a lone pair adjacent to double bond. So this goes here, this goes here. So oxygen will have -1 formal charge and nitrogen will have +1 formal charge. Now let us write resonating structure for this molecule. Idea is again same. We have a lone pair adjacent to double bond. So this goes here, this goes here. And here I have oxygen, and there will be a double bond. Now this oxygen will contain +1 formal charge and this will contain -1 formal charge. Let us say for example we have this molecule, -1 formal charge. So this molecule has -1 formal charge, a double bond adjacent to lone pair. So this goes here, this goes here. So we will have a double bond here and lone pair will be here, that is minus formal charge. Let us say if I have this molecule, I have a lone pair. So this goes here, this goes here. At this place we will have a double bond and here we will have a lone pair, that is minus formal charge. So whenever we have a lone pair adjacent to double bond, we have to follow two arrows. First arrow will convert a lone pair into bond pair and the second arrow will convert a bond pair into lone pair. So this is the pattern. Next pattern we have, that is a positive charge adjacent to double bond. So let us say if I have something like this. So this carbon contains a positive charge. something except carbon, we can also have some another molecule. For example, let us say if I have nitrogen, so a positive charge adjacent to the double bond, so we have a double bond, and this atom contains a positive charge. Now in these cases, what we have to do, we have to convert this bond pair into bond pair. So if I follow this arrow, we can write resonating a structure. Let us write again. So we have this compound. If I follow this arrow here, I will have a double bond here. Now this carbon has only 3 bonds, so it will have +1 formal charge. Similarly in this case, simply I have a bond. Nitrogen has a +1 formal charge. So we can flow this arrow here, that is we can convert a bond pair into another bond pair. So carbon will have a +1 formal charge. So whenever we have a pattern, a positive charge adjacent to double bond, we have to flow an arrow, and this arrow will convert a bond pair to another bond pair. For example, let us say if I have this compound, I can flow this arrow here, and I will have this resonating structure. If I have this compound, I can flow this arrow here, and I will have this resonating structure. If I have this, we can flow arrow 2 times. I can flow this arrow here, I can flow the arrow once again, so this double bond goes here. So we will have 3 resonating structure in this case. Similarly, let us say if I have this molecule, a 7-membered ring. Now in this case we can flow arrow 3 times. So here we will have a double bond, and we will have a positive charge here. We can flow the arrow once again, so we'll have a double bond here and positive charge here. If I flow this arrow here, we will have a double bond, and here we will have a positive charge. So basically in this case we are getting 4 resonating structures. So we have discussed this pattern, that is a positive charge adjacent to double bond. So whenever we have a positive charge adjacent to double bond, we have to convert a bond pair into another bond pair. If the double bond is conjugated, then we can flow the arrow more than 1 times. If double bond is conjugated, more than 1 resonating structures are possible. Next pattern we have, that is a lone pair adjacent to positive charge. And this one is easy. Let us say, for example, if I have this molecule, this carbon has a positive charge and this oxygen has a negative charge. So I have a lone pair here and a positive charge. So first we have to look the pattern, lone pair adjacent to positive charge. Similarly, I can have this pattern. I have a lone pair and I have a positive charge. We can also have this molecule. So this has +1 formal charge, this has -1 formal charge. So lone pair adjacent to positive charge. We can also have this molecule. So lone pair and there is a positive charge. In all these cases we have to convert a lone pair into bond pair. So what we have to do? We have to convert a lone pair to bond pair to get the resonating structure. For example, if I consider this molecule, if I flow this arrow here, that is, we can convert a lone pair into bond pair. We will have this resonating structure. If I consider the second molecule, we can convert this lone pair into bond pair to get the another resonating structure. This oxygen has negative charge. So this molecule has 0 formal charge, 0 net charge. This also has 0 net charge, but this molecule has +1 charge. So corresponding resonating structure will also have +1 charge. So this oxygen has only 5 electrons, so this will have +1 formal charge. So net charge remains conserved. This also has +1 charge. This molecule, so we have nitrogen, +1 -1, net charge is 0. We have to convert a lone pair into bond pair. So we will have nitrogen. Now in this case net charge is 0. Initially we also have 0 charge. So this also has 0 charge. Now this one, so once again we have to convert a lone pair into bond pair. So initially we have a +1 formal charge. We can convert this lone pair into bond pair. If I follow the arrow, now this oxygen will have +1 formal charge. So whenever we have to have a lone pair adjacent to positive charge, we have to convert a lone pair into bond pair. So lone pair can be converted into bond pair, and charge will remain same in the resonating structures. Next pattern we have a pi bond between two atoms that has different electronegativity. Different electronegativity. For example, we can have a pi bond between carbon and oxygen we can have a pi bond between carbon and nitrogen. So in these two cases we have two atoms, carbon and oxygen, carbon and nitrogen. These two atoms has different electronegativity. Oxygen is more electronegative compared to carbon. In this case also nitrogen is more electronegative compared to carbon. So in these cases we can convert a bond pair into lone pair because this oxygen is more electronegative. So this double bond is shifted towards oxygen. This double bond is shifted towards nitrogen. So we can say double bond is shifted towards more electronegative atom. So we can convert into resonating a structure by flowing the arrow. We can convert a bond pair into lone pair. So we will have resonating a structure. Carbon will have a plus charge, oxygen will have a minus charge. In this case again, we can convert a lone bond pair into lone pair to get the another resonating structure. Carbon will have a +1 formal charge and nitrogen will have -1 formal charge. So in these cases we have to flow an arrow that will convert a bond pair into lone pair. Next pattern we have, that is last one, conjugated pi bond enclosed in a ring. For example, let us say if I have a 4-membered ring and this contains a conjugated bond. Conjugated means a double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. So alternate double bond is called conjugated double bond. So in these cases we can flow an arrow to convert a bond pair into another bond pair. So if I flow this arrow here, let us show the hydrogen also. If I flow this arrow here, this carbon will have a positive charge and this carbon will have 5 bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one bond that is newly formed. It will have, so this carbon will have 5 bonds, so I have to break one bond. This carbon has a positive charge, so I have a hint. I can flow this arrow this side so that this positive charge is neutralized as well as tetravalency of carbon is also achieved. So if I flow this arrow, I will have this resonating structure. If I have a 6-membered ring, we can also follow the arrow the same way. We can convert this bond to this bond. This bond goes here and this bond goes here. So we will have this bond comes here and this bond goes here. We can also flow the arrow from the inside. So this time we have flown the arrow from outside. There is no necessary rule. We can flow the arrow from inside or outside. Like in this case, I can flow the arrow in this way. This goes here and this goes here. So we will have the another resonating structure. This molecule is called benzene. So benzene has 2 resonating structures. These resonating structures are also called Kekulé benzene. So this is keculebenzene 1 and this is keculebenzene 2. These two are resonating as structures. We can also show if I have a 8-membered ring. We can flow this arrow here, this arrow here, this goes here and this goes here. So we will have another resonating structure. So whenever we have alternate double bond inside a ring, we can convert bond pair to bond pair to get the another resonating structure. So in this lecture we discussed how to write resonating structure by looking pattern. First pattern we have, that is a double bond adjacent to a lone pair. Second pattern we discussed, that is a double bond adjacent to a positive charge. So this is lone pair. So this is a double bond adjacent to lone pair. So let us call this is pattern number 1 and this is pattern number 2. Then we discuss next pattern, that is a double bond between two electronegative atoms like carbon nitrogen, two atoms that has different electronegativity, or we can have oxygen carbon. And then we discussed next pattern, that is positive negative charge, adjacent positive negative charge, that is a lone pair and a positive charge. So we have adjacent positive negative charge. The final one we said, if I have ring with conjugated double bond. So last pattern is ring with conjugated double bond. So if you can recognize this kind of pattern, it is easy to write resonating structures. So patterns helps to write resonating structure faster. You can write easily and quickly the resonating structure if you can realize these patterns, and this will come only from practice. So by practice one can easily see these patterns. In a given molecule.